Adding some connectors for addresses with zeros or sixes or fours is also possible. That's not going to be necessary for a vCarve operation, but this is a two-part project where we're going to take this part of our street number and we're going to cut this out of a piece of aluminum on the plasma cutter. My address isn't going to be a problem because these are just going to fall out. I'm going to be left with this piece right here. However, if you have a number that has a 0 or a 6 or a 9 or a 4 potentially depending on the font, you're going to have a piece that's going to fall out and it's not going to look right. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I select this and I go back to text and change my address to let's say 604 for example, you're going to see that the 4 is going to have a problem. 6 is going to be okay because this is still connected for this particular font, but it might be different in another one. And the 0 is going to have a problem in that if I cut this out on the plasma cutter, I'm going to end up with a big hole and this middle piece is going to be gone. So how would I go about fixing that? Well, there's probably several ways to do it. What I'm going to do is select my text, right click, and I'm going to start by converting it to curves right here. Once I convert it to curves, that means that each one of these lines is now its own little entity. And if I come over here with the drawing tool, or actually it might be easier to actually grab the rectangle tool. Grab the rectangle tool, I'm going to draw a small little rectangle in here. And I can move it around by hitting my arrow keys once I hit apply and close. If I select that now, I want to center this rectangle into my, that's pretty close. I can come in now and select my scissor tool and I can trim out some sections and keep just what I need. So I'll show you what I'm trying to accomplish here. If I cut these lines out and these lines, I'm left with a little bar that's going to hold the center. Whoops. Control Z is your undo command. You can now see how this piece of aluminum will now span with a little bridge to connect to that center piece. I'm going to need to do the same thing for the 4. You can get creative with that, do it however you like, or you can do another straight piece. You can have one coming down from here and another one coming from over here. See what that looks like with another straight piece. So I'm going to grab my rectangle tool again, draw another rectangle in here, close that out, grab my trim tool and see what happens if I do this. Now if you don't like the look of this, you can use lines, you can use a different rectangle. Some fonts have that built into it. A stencil type font may have that built into it. So that's how you would go about working this if you have a street address with a number that has a piece that would fall out. Quick review now though, if you have a vCarve operation, you'll notice that nothing is selected right now. So I'm going to have to edit this vCarve by reselecting all of this and hit calculate. You'll see that I have my old number here. I'm going to reset my preview and now preview my toolpaths, and you can see that I have my new address in here.